Good afternoon, everyone. It's the day after the Sinulog, and welcome back to Beyond the Headlines, the program where we go beyond the medals and the spotlight to uncover stories that truly matter. I'm DJ Moises, and today we bring you a special episode honoring excellence, perseverance, and national pride. Today on Beyond the Headlines, we are joined by outstanding Filipino athletes who have competed and excelled in different arenas, whether it's local, national, and international, representing not just themselves but their families, their communities, and the entire nation. So in the studio, we have Mary Joy Tabal, or MJ, and we also, the first Filipina marathoner to qualify for the Olympics. And we also have Matthew Hermosa, a top triathlete. No? And this is Beyond the Podium, the stories of our outstanding athletes. So, good afternoon, maayong hapon to both of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
So maybe you want to greet your followers, your friends, your family.
Hello everyone. Everybody, my followers know me. Matthew Hermosa. Some call me Justin. I would just like, I would just like to want to say hi to my fans. I want to say hi to my friends, my teammates, my coaches, and especially I want to say hi to my parents. They're actually in the US right now. So, hello, Ma, De.
And MJ.
Mayong hapon sa tanan, and just wanna say hi to Mandawi City Sports Office, to Mandawi City, and to my lovely daughter Athena, my husband Dan, and my family and friends. Mayong hapon sa tanan.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers are very excited to see you today and to learn from your experiences. So speaking of learnings, we would like to also get to know your story, no, that got you to the success that both of you are today. So how did your journey into endurance kanang sports begin? So we'll start with MJ.
So, kung balikon nato, no? So, I started running at the age of 12. So, I accidentally get into running by joining the school's intramurals. So, I grew up in a mountain barangay in Cebu, in Barangay Guba. So, that was the first time that there's a running competition in Guba Elementary School. And then kana na time kanang mga babae nga bata nga gagmay murag maulaw pa man ta mudagan sa una. Uy, murag wala pagod na ang running before. Mahugman ko siyang murag punishment when you kung makita nimo sa training into the ROTC, the military. Running is for them murag punishment, no? So para sa namo sa unas isa sa young girl na maulaw kita mo apil og mga individual sports like running. So that time, laoy wa man nag-register ako mga friends, ang tanan giapilan volleyball, basketball, and the rest of badminton, the usual games. Ako ni sign up ko secretly. But when I get to go to the starting line, maulaw ko. I was wearing my uniform pa, the skirt, slipper, and then dagan lang gid ko. And then I was amazed that I really ran that fast, but like nilingi pa ko la kalayo sa ako mga kontra. So that time my teacher saw the potential in me and then let me compete in a inter-school competition to a unit meet. Basta my entire year in that when I was grade 6 that time, basta maskin asa na ko niya gipa-appeal, and then leading me towards the Cebu City Olympics, the Milo Little Olympics. That time para nako murag mao na ni ang Olympics, and then to Central Visayas, Batang Pinoy, and eventually leading to the Palarong Pambansa. Palarong Pambansa was the top national sports parang tournament in the country that time. Pero as a 12 years old, dili pa na nako ma-appreciate gid ang sport. Later na, so nag-flashback na tanan unsa day ka importante ning Batang Pinoy, Palarong Pambansa. Basta fast forward, dito ko na-discover, and then leading into Palarong Pambansa. But then, during high school lang, I have to sacrifice sports because I have to really focus on the academics, because that time, I did not know na naa day opportunity sa sports na you can get like the scholarship, wala pa na sa una gyud kay di wa pa gid na ang varsity scholarship on my time, no. So I focused on the academics, so graduated salutatorian during high school, and it was during college that I used running to finish my studies. So graduated Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Management Accounting, and a master's in public administration in Southwestern University by being a varsity scholar. Kay that time though I was offered two scholarship, the academic and the varsity scholarship on during college, but I used the varsity scholarship because nakaanak ko ba since kinder ko or grade 1 nag-maintain na gyud ko grades, like I was the the usual nga good student gyud, book library house, then tuon kadlaw dako ana, so buotan na kay ko as a student, no, kay murag inana. So I also want to enjoy katong the love I had, a 1 year love for running. So dito na nagsugod sa college, I was a sprinter before leading into long distance running. So taas gud actually akong story, pero si Matthew sa. Hindi ta mahuman. Maraming siya marathon sa dakong story, sir.
It's
So,
not a sprint. no?
yes,
It's
that's a
marathon.
sprint. It's a marathon. So.
Sige, Matthew.
It's also a long story, but I'll try to make it short, sad. I started swimming like back in, I don't know, I was like 6, 7 years old pa. So I've known sport since like 6 years old. So that's like 14 years already. To be honest, it wasn't easy. It was hard, very hard. When we started swimming, I didn't really like it. To be honest, I'm not that fast at swimming, but right now it's okay. And then now, leading up to 2015, where Coach Andoy discovered triathlon, it was still new at that time in the Philippines. And then Coach Andoy said to Kim's my cousin, he said like, Kim, tisingan taning triathlon. And then they did. And then Kim liked it, I think. And then everybody started to shift. I started my very first race in Dumanhog. At that time, I used a folding bike. So after the swim, because like for triathlon, it wasn't really like fast swimmers. It's more like they rely on cycling and running. When I went out of the swim, I was like far, like in the front. But then when I started biking, it was really different. And then I fell down. The chain on my bike fell, and I couldn't put it back on. So I just pushed the bike and then ran the whole bike course. But then a marshal stopped me, and then an old coach of mine actually helped me put the chain back. So I did, but then when I crossed the finish line, I was already last. And then later on, qualified for national team in 2022. So basically, during pandemic, it was very hard to train endurance sports since it's mostly outdoors. Unless you have like a treadmill for running, mga trainers for cycling, it's very hard to do it. So it wasn't that comfortable to do it at home. And then it paid off. Basically, the hard work paid off because I was able to qualify for national team in 2022. And then later that year, I qualified 2023 for SEA Games. And then after SEA Games, qualified for Asian Games. And then so on and so forth. I raced a few times back here, there. And then to the latest one in 2025, we had Thailand SEA Games. So short but long.
No. This is a conversation, so short or long, that's fine. No, sprint or marathon is fine. Sige. Now, at what point in your journey nga naka-realize mo nga, I think I can compete at a higher level? No? Sa man itong mga aha moments inyo nga, right in that moment, nga, I think I can go international with this.
Sige, akong aha moment. So, when I started doing long distance running, So I shifted from a sprinter, no, lahi gid ang discipline because I used to run 100-meter dash, 200, 400. And then it was when my last year in college, I shifted kay murag dito na nisugod ang running fun runs sa Cebu 2008, early 2008. But I shifted 2009 kay that time gamay pagid ang mga babay managan. You would really know kinsa lang ang musud sa top 3. So na-challenge ko, I started joining 3K, then 5K, and eventually when I joined my first 10 kilometer run, headline kay ko, like, pero nag-collapse on the finish line. So, it made a huge headline gyud kay I used to win in sprinting, and then pag abot na ko, pag shift na ko sa long distance running, I collapsed on my first 10 kilometer run. So, for me, kana nga time, mura ko nalipay ko kay nakahuman ko sa 10K, but at the same time I receive a lot of discouragement na especially the coaches nga naa sa long distance running, mana sila so wagi kay lugar diri sa sprinting, sa long distance running, Mary Joy, sprinter agid ka. So but that kana nga mga discouragement ako ginanggi koan nga at I took at it as a challenge that the next time that they will see me running long distance, podium na dapat. So I stopped running for a year. I have to focus on nang kuan gid ako ang self nga the next time nga mudagan akong marathon dili na gid ko mag-collapse. And yes, after a year of focusing on developing myself, training for endurance, focusing on the bigger goal, I want to be on top of my goal gyud. I want to be one of the top marathoners in the country. And when you say that, you have to really sa among sport, endurance sports, base give me sa numbers. Numbers won't lie. We really have to work on hitting those numbers. Unsa ang current national record? Can I work for that? So mo gid akong ultimate goal. So pagsugod pa na ako sa long distance running, I already knew where to go. Asa ako ang lane dapat. Eyes on the finish line, but still have to I still have a lot of work to do kay sprinter ko dako kay ako ang paa, as in muscle gyud kasi sprinting strength na siya. Power. And then arena ka sa endurance sport, focus on dapat mo lose weight ka, dapat gamay ra kay na mga lean muscles, so developing strength. Taas gid kay ko gi workout, no. But I'm glad I'm fortunate to have a good coach gyud who's really into my line gyud nga kabalo gyud siya unsa akong potential. Naanak ko ang kanabitang mo aim gani ko, mo set gani kog challenge for myself. Unsa gid akong gusto ma-achieve ginana mo. And then after a year of not running into fun runs, I won the first there's a Cebu Milo Regional Elimination diri, and then champion ko sa 21K half marathon. And then after that, it gave me the ticket to the national marathon. So kanang national marathon sa Milo, diha mag-abot tanan mga best marathoners or long distance runners in the country. So mao gid akong goal. In order for me to be there nga libre, I have to earn this something. So nagi mga step by step. So eventually
Very strategic, no?
Yeah, strategic. You have to really long term kita, long endurance, long runs, so long term. So, naabot ko sa National Milo Marathon, and ang ako ato, na-overwhelm ko to see this in person, our current national record holder in marathon. Like, idol kaayo ba? Murag mausad na, same with other runners karon makita sa gid ko akong self nila, no? So, inanasag ko sa una. So, my goal, pag abot na dito sa National Milo Marathon, na shift na sad, kay marathon kalit. So, paspas kayo from sprinter to 10K nga nag-collapse to winning the half marathon and eventually to the marathon, no? So, my first National Milo Marathon or my first marathon, nag-third dayon ko sa Milo Marathon. And then, naman na to, nagsugod na dayon ako ang name. And then, it took me 3 years to maintain nganong wa man ko nag-improve sa marathon, nganong permi raman ko third every National Milo Marathon. Like nganong di man ginako makuha ang second, ang first. So nag-shift na pud mi og training plan, training mga strategies na mo ni coach, focusing on marathon this time. So lahi ang training sa marathon, lahi ang training sa half. Bigger goal, you have to be the marathon queen. Ang goal na sad karon to get the marathon queen title. So after that, second na tong ma-break ang national record, but at the back of my mind, I really want to get the time kay kanabang murag mo follow na tanan. If you get the time, murag sunod-sunod na ang rank. So, we work for that. And then, it was in 2013 when I get the first National Milo Marathon Queen title, and na-maintain ako siya for 6 consecutive years, so before the pandemic. And yeah, maintaining the title kay di gyud siya sayon kay every year lahi-lahi mong challenges ma-experience. Sometimes you have to run on a certain events kay you really need we have different motivations man gyud, no, kanang what keep us going is our motivation gyud. And then unsay mong motivation pagsugod nako, it was, to be honest gyud, money. So na-love nako ang running sa ang fun runs because there's a monetary reward after it. It's not just about getting the medals kay pag sugod nako sa mga sprinting, medals ra man gid na, no monetary rewards after that. So pag ari na nako sa long distance, no, I get to train, and then ako ang ga-control sa akong training. Kung mag-training kog tarong, makadaog ko, napakoy kwarta. So that time, it helped me in my education. At the same time, it helped me with my family gyud kay we're not well off man gyud. So I was able to, through running and my sweat gyud, was able to finish my younger sibling to college through my running. So daghan kayo ko. So I was really motivated to train because I need to sustain this and blah blah blah. Later on, when nakuha na nako akong goal for my family, murag na okay na, this time I really want to work on what do I want for myself. Why nganong nadagan pa man ko nga ako naman ang marathon queen, ako naman ang fastest marathoner in the country. So pwede na gid ko mag-maintain actually diha. But you have to really upgrade your why and why you're doing this. Unsay next? What would be next for Mary Joy Tabal? So it's that I want to be in the Southeast Asian Games. But the next challenge question is how to be in the national team. So mana fast forward, daghan kay kog naagian actually before going into the national team because kusog pa kayo sa una, no, kanang politics in sports agi ko ana. So I'm a Cebuana, pag moingon sila Cebuana ka, you're from province, wala ka. So you're not having the right training for us. Lahi ang training sa national team, lahi ka din ha. So we will not be getting you kay wala ka murag pala kasay system sa una. Murag ingon ana ako ang na-feel. But then numbers won't lie. With the help of the Cebuanos and with the help of the Cebu medias, sila gid ang naghatag og noise. It's not me actually, but the entire Cebu gyud who helped me to be in the national team. Why you're not letting Mary Joy go or represent the country where in fact she's the fastest, she got the record, so mao na to. So eventually was in the Olympics, qualified, pero ang pag-qualify sa Olympics and the next challenge, pero later na lang siguro na, basta taas-taas gyud ako ang journey to the Olympics. And the first, the moment nga gusto ko mag-qualify sa Olympics, nganong ni come ina was because the qualifying standard for the Olympics in Rio Olympics gipaubsan nila, meaning slower. Not the usual nga kato sa una namang gi class A, class B nga qualifying time for marathon. In Rio manggod, there was a chance nga gamay ra ang mga nag-qualify sa 2016 na Olympics. So ilang gipaubsan. Nya pagkabaw na ko sa qualifying time and I was just 3 minutes slower, but the challenge was to hit the 3 minutes standard. 3 months na pod ako ang i-prepare. Then, di ba yan, na magic ang marathon na pwede nimo makuha dayon in a matter of time. So, mato ang challenge lang to really hit the qualifying time. And next na pod, like a month, when I got the qualifying time sa Olympics, it was just a month before the Olympics. Nakasubmit na ang entire Philippines sa ilahang list nga ipadala for the Olympics niya. Di na ako pwede nila dawaton and all. Pero nakaabot pa ako ang time. So, kato na pod ang another battle for Cebu to bring nato, daghan kito sa headlines, bring Mary Joy to Rio. And then, I was there. And I became an Olympian because I crossed the finish line. And bringing pride
to the country.
To the country, yes.
And to Cebu.
To Cebu, yes. Manang mapasalamaton kay ko sa Cebu and the Cebuanos gyud.
Akong takeaway gid adto nga na-struck sad ko when you said na your aha moment is when you set the goal, no? To be the marathon queen, no? But I also liked it when you said na we just don't stop where we are, no? So i-upgrade na pud nato ang ato ang why, so that our strategy will also be upgraded.
Yes.
And that got you ultimately, no, to the Olympics. So now for Matthew, aha man ang imo ang aha moment na murag I can do this.
So basically, I never thought of SEA Games actually. I never thought of Asian Games. When I was a kid, I only heard about Olympics. It was very nice to like hear Olympians doing this, doing that, achieving this, doing this, achieving that. It was very nice, but then I never had an aha moment nga, where I can say I can qualify for SEA Games. I was very fortunate to have a very good coach, a very ambitious one, to be exact.
Yeah.
He wants us to be more, and I'm thankful for that. He sacrificed a lot. There's like politics in sport, just what she said. We've been there, we've done that, but we didn't stop fighting. It was very struggling, very tiring as well. He fought for us actually. Coach Andoy did. He's put his name on the stake. Like he bet on his name. He'd say like, "Take me out of the national team if he can't qualify." But then the numbers don't lie, as what she said. To be honest, I'm very happy to be part of the national team and to have got the SEA Games gold medal. It's the second one. I'm very thankful for that, for the second gold medal. Um, to tell you honestly, it wasn't really easy. It was very nice to be here, but then getting here is a different story. It's like you don't see the hard work, you only see me in the podium, something like that. Um, so basically, the aha moment is just Coach Andoy pushing us, telling us to do more. You can do more, you can do more, push. And then it's very different and it's tiring, but it's good. And I'm thankful for it.
Mm. No, ang sa imo sa the reason that this resonated with me because I'm the kind of person sad. No, that's why na-struck po ko kay ikaw, you're very goal-oriented.
Yeah.
Ako ang kind of person nga, it's the people around me who would see the potential first.
Yeah.
And then it's them who would have to push me
Push you.
there. Ang kuan lang, it's because obedient man sad ko.
Yes.
So it would turn out that it's that's why kanang nagyud ko appreciation for teachers, for mentors, for coaches in general
Yeah.
because I'm a product of their vision.
Yes.
Na they can tell na he can do this and then they bring me there.
Yeah, actually sir, nala sa ko ganan i-share anak kay
Mm.
the Olympics gyud was never in my mind gyud
Kana
kay
sad, oh.
kuan gyud kanang murag Olympics, no one has done it in my sports sa marathon. So nganong ako nganong like no one has done it, no one has qualified it. So
And you're from Cebu.
yeah, I'm from Cebu. So when my coach told me it's the same, I knew Coach Andoy and they were training with my coach also. It was actually my coach who aimed for that. We will try to qualify for the Olympics because the qualifying standard is like this. Yung katawan na ako siya, sure ka Olympics. So ako na siya gikatawan, but that time, di ay serious siya. So I really have to put that in my heart nga gusto sad ko mo qualify kay kung ang ako rang coach ang gusto mo qualify niya dili ko so di gyud may magkatando, so we have to really work as a team. So when he told me nga na kaya di ay nga rita diri Cebu, so we work on getting a nice circle, a community that would help me because we really need a kuan gyud. It would take a village to be in the Olympics. So I'm not part of the national team. I don't have the resources nga maka-training gyud. So ang among gibuhat with the good people in Cebu. Private company supported me. I trained in Japan for 3 months and then I used my title of winning the Milo Marathon that time 2015 nga ako gid ang nihangyo sa Milo na pwede ari ato ang ari ipadala ang Marathon King and Queen kay it's a qualifying standard for Olympics and I would try to hit the qualifying standard for the
Strategic
Olympics.
gihapon.
And good thing that they work on my panagsara kaayo na nga some of the companies are really into aiming to helping Filipino athletes achieve their dreams gyud. So when I approach kana salamat kita sa Milo, no? Kay daghan gid silang na-build na champion. So, kani, and then glad, fortunately, they approved it. So, I prepare for the Boston Marathon and have to kuan kay mao naman lang gid siyang masulod pud April. And then the last qualifying for the marathon for the 2016 Rio Olympics would be May 31, 2016. So April na. So 3 months ko. And then challenge pa gid to sir, January nangita pa kog sponsor nga maka-support sa akong training. And gladly I had Motor Ace with the help of the Borromeo Brothers Gyud. February, March, April dito ko sa Japan. And murag nindot kayo ang connection 2014 naka-training ko for 10 days in Japan exchange youth seminar. Natago na ko ang calling card, inana di ka importante ang calling card, no. Gitry lang nako og email to naka-connect ay sus na lead jud ko to a Nippon Sports Science University long distance team na ni-accept gid sa ako as a Filipina. Ako daw ang first nga ni-join sa ilahang training dito, training camp for 3 months. Naka-join jud ko sa training gid sa Japan, like inana day lang training dito 3 times a day, morning, midday and gabi. Imagine that, no, that was the first time that I trained 3 times a day. Siguro okay sa ilaha kay bugnaw man ato adiri init man, but we tried to have that also here pag ipadayon na namon ni coach diri sa Cebu kay naman tay mga gyms na pwede you can do it sa mga gym di ay. So fast forward, that was the first time nga na I was away with my family, train 3 times a day in Japan, in a country na di ko familiar sa culture.
Plus
But
the
then,
language.
the language, oh yes, challenge kayo. Wala naman tayo translator sa app. So, kana sa din, the wifi nga magsikag dala-dala anywhere para lang naa kay translator asa ka o mawala ka, no? So, dito, but I also had my first heartbreak in running in sports because when I went to Boston Marathon really ready. Like, confident ko that I could qualify. My half marathon timing in Japan, gi-evaluate ko, kaya na nako. But then, maybe, I was very overconfident siguro, murag inana. And overwhelming expectations sa Filipinos, kay grabe ang media mileage na ko adto, kay with that, syempre, marathon queen. And also, Milo is supporting me to bring there to the Boston Marathon and getting the elite kanang bib in front gyud. So, grabe gyud ang national media mileage gito ako. So, the pressure was there. The overwhelming expectation siguro. So, na murag na nausab akong strategy when I run. So, overconfident in the first half, kuha na ko tanan ako ang timing. But after that, since ang Boston manggo, dili siya perfect good actually for getting the best timing. Kay first half, downhill. After the half marathon, puros nag siya uphill, sir. So, sorry, katugid. Kanang heartbreak hill sa Boston, you're gonna experience that from kilometer 25 down to kilometer 40. So, puros nagid uphill kung kanang busay. Multiple na siya. So, niana na gid ko, dili na kaya. Short ko 4 minutes in Boston. So, grabe, nihilak gid ko. Niana na gid ko, okay, this is the end of Mary Joy Tabal. This is the end of my Olympic journey. I tried and I failed. And mao gining, wa pa ni qualify for the marathon because lisod gid siya, di siya kaya. So, 1 week ko, di maistoryahan. No one there to talk to me. Wala. Kay ang, kung unsa mo kanang ka-disappoint nga wa nako na qualify, mas grabe ako kay I've done the training. So daghan ko gi-sacrifice actually. So mato ako ang yan ako. So this was my turning point. And then gladly there's someone from Canada, Filipino friend of mine nga nakauban sa nako, nakakita sa ako when I was a sprinter. The message ako nga, Joy, congratulations. Boston is not for you. Move forward. You still have 1 race coming in sa Canada, sir. Napa sila May 29 nga marathon. All nga nag-aim to qualify for the marathon, kana na daw ang last nila nga chance because it's a gold label marathon. Yan ako, how can I go there? How can I get there? The registration was closed and all. No, we'll help you. So, ang among gibuhat ni email me sa organizer. Ambot, basta, luckily, they bring me in. Sige, ang ako ra yung gipang kuan adto sir ni email ko nga, if you're gonna register me or give me a slot there, this would be a historic for Philippines if I could qualify in your race. And then fast forward, kanabitaw, na-experience na ko. I went to Canada a month after the Boston. Kanabang, sige, kung unsa na rin nahabilin sa akong training, unsa na rin nahabilin ni Mary Joy, dito na lang nako ipahungaw. With less pressure, less media mileage coverage. Kaya wala man ko nagpahibaw gyud nationally nga napakoy apilan.
Remaining,
Napakoy apilan na marathon. So, hilom gyud kay tustanan. It was the first kanang marathon nako nga kanabitang. Wala ko nag-mind sa time. I did not look at my watch gyud from start to finish. I just run with my unsay comfort nako. Kung kaya nako mo push. The last 200 meters, sir, nakita na nako ang finish line. Nakita nako ang time. Nagkurog ko kay when I saw it, it's 2 hours 42 like that. Pagtanaw ko, I have to confirm if maogi na ang time sa marathon basin sa 21K na nga time ba. Tanaw ko, 2 hours 42 gid. So the freezing moment kana gyud nag-slow down jud ko, sir, kay nanggahi ko, naghilak na ko, overjoyed actually, nagkurog ko. And then katong mga naman good na yung mga pacer magdala og balon kay they're also helping good more qualifiers for the Rio Olympics, and they were cheering for me. Mary, kay my race bib has my name on it. Mary, what happened? You're close to the finish line. You can get the qualifying. So everybody was cheering on me, and I was actually naghilak na gid ko, sir. And then when I crossed the finish line, na slow down gid ko actually, na feel na nako kay my result would say it nga what happened to Mary Joy the final 200 meters, murag dugay kay ko niabot sa finish line. So I was crying, and yeah, mo na to ang winning moment. Ako ang nag-celebrate when I crossed the finish line. Na-feel ko sa mga Canadian dito, what happened to you? Are you in pain? No, I'm overjoyed. Like, naghilak lagi ko, sir. And then, dito ko sa technical team, can I confirm my time now? Did I qualify? And then, bonus na to nga, I finished top 8 overall. Kay, even though if I won't qualify for the time, when you run for a gold label marathon and you finish within top 10, no matter your time, you will still get the slot for the Olympics. And then duha ako ang kuan adto. So opportunities will come, but it depends on you on how you will accept it. Tagaan pa ba nimog chance imong self or dili na? Mao na to. Ako nang gitry ang tanan, gihatag na nako ang tanan. But then naagyod panalagsaan. So after that gid, sir, ang ako yung take ato nga moment na if there's kanang some offers with ihatag sa imuha, dili pa kakabalo kung kaya nimo, but then some people would really saw nga kaya nimo, we still believe in you, niya na sila, I think you can still do it. And kato nga time nga gi-message ko my sponsor nga ni kuan gyud mo na gyud to ang nihatag na kong encouragement, we still believe in you, we still have a trust in you nga kaya nimo. So we're gonna bring you to Canada. So mo to, sir, nag-qualify ko sa Olympics, and then next na po tong challenge on how to be in the Olympics. Kay May 31 ba yung final submission? I qualified May 29.
Oh.
And then ready na ang national team actually for the kay August man to ang Rio Olympics. So yeah.
Sige, we'll get into that.
Taas gig ko, sir.
So my question for Matthew is, do you think Cebu is producing kanang more endurance athletes?
Actually, based from what I see lang, there's a lot of running competitions, like fun runs. Like mostly every weekend, I hear a fun run happening in the north, south, here in the city. Like, it's a lot. So I think there's a lot of people who are really trying endurance sports. And for multi-sport as well, I'm not really sure because I barely hear names. So it's very difficult to find people from Cebu. So it's different for multi-sport. But for running, it's a lot. There's a lot of people who are engaging in running here in Cebu. It's a lot of fun races.
So at least there are avenues, no, for them to be able, for people to be able to see, just like how the two of you discovered also your strengths, mga. This is what I can do, and that's already the start. So now we're going back to Katongkam, because my next question actually is, how did kanang competing in the Olympics change your perspective in sports?
How did Olympics? So, actually, after crossing Olympics for me is not just about crossing the finish line, no. It's how you become after crossing it, because running in the Olympics was actually the result na of all the hard works that I've done for the past years. So, ang the work is the process. So, getting into in the Olympics kay murabag ingon nga mao na ni siya ang result, mao na ni siya ang reward after all that I've done no in running. Ang pinaka-importante or the perspective in this kay you're not gonna win every races. You're not gonna win in every competition. I failed many times. I did not win many times kaya makita man gud sa tao kanang sige ko kadaog pag mo compete ko kana, but behind that daghan kaayo ko og mga kanang low moments gyud nga wa nako nakuha akong mga target times, kaning akong rank, kanang ma-injury ka, kanang injured ka that you really have to take a rest, to take a break, but dili ka kaya mag-break kay napakay gi-prepare na run. You have to really focus on sige paning kamutan nga maayo ka. So more on kana, and then the perspective nga kanang how you see things. There's purpose for everything. You failed because maybe naan gina sir na I have tried it nga basi ni dako na akong ulo, because the turning point some of the athletes nga wala gyud ni lahutay into the national team, because when they hit a certain trophy,
Okay
they tend to forget nga giunsa nila pagsugod. So Mary Joy Tabal now is more on beyond the medals and the rewards I had, more than the Olympics. It's now the nanako sa stage of paying forward nga how can I better serve my community? How can I inspire more young athletes to dream about the Olympics, kay nakaya gani nako nga I'm from Barangay Guba. I don't have those resources nga naa nila karon. Better na gani ang sports, Philippine sports karon, kay there are plenty of private companies who really support na, di ba? From swimming to bike to running to other sports, daghan na kaayo ang mo support. How much more karon the support is there. The parents are very very supportive, kay ako I envy goods of those athletes nga the parents are there, kay I don't have that. So kanang murabag, you are very fortunate. You have all this, and why not? It's just a matter of aiming the bigger. So ang ako raging gibuhat, you have do it step by step. How do I get to the Olympics? So naagid na hagdan, no? Di man ka pwede mo tikang diretso dito. You have to set on, have to compete on this and get this. So it's not more on it's a long term. Marathon and Olympics, it's a long-term goal. It's a long-term process, and in order to be there, you have to get through this kaning gagmay nga step. So, step by step, kilometer to kilometer until you get to the finish line. So, there's a bumpy road gyud ang marathon, hangakon jud ka kay from start kinahanglan kabalo na gid ka. How do you want to see yourself on the finish line? Victorious unsa man. So kung nag-aim ka, mudaog jud ka, no matter your performance gyud, kay dili ko mo appeal. I won't be in the starting line without knowing unsa akong gusto sa finish line. So naagid na di nimo matag-an tanan. There's a plenty of uphills and downhills. Sometimes makahunahon na ka of wanting to quit. Detour mo na siyang sa dalan gyud mo, detour ko mo, turning point nako kay di kaya. Nagid nang mga times kay dili man ta superhuman gid, no, nan ang one thing that could really lead me to the finish line is my ultimate goal. Why I started, why I run, why I'm doing this, ngano ako mong pakasakitan akong self. Uy nga, when I ran the Olympics, sir, actually it was the most challenging run that I had, because I'm not running for myself, I'm running for the country, I'm running for the Philippines to be in the Olympics. Kay imagine, nag-try ko the pressure that I had getting into the Boston to the Canada, and then a month fighting to be in the Rio Olympics. So I have no time to really rest, continue sa akong training, and then no matter my pain during the run, I was running at 12 noon, piting inita, and there were actually 24 women marathoners who quit the marathon during their event, kay nag-cramps na gyud. Grabe ang init sa Brazil, grabe ang init sa Olympics. I did not prepare for that certain weather gyud. Then part of me was, ano di ko pwede mo hunong, ani hunong guys sila. They stopped because they could no longer take the kuan. So the last nagid moment nga last 3 kilometers naggunit gyud ko sa akong left breast, sir, kay I could no longer breathe through my nose. Every time I breathe through my nose, tanan cramps mo gawa. So I was running the last 3 kilometers, I was running through my mouth. So kana then my other leg was cramming already, so I ran through it and crossed the finish line. And nag-wheelchair gid ko. So kana tanan wala na mo ana sila nga kanang sus kuan ra na uy kanang murabag kana bang not everyone would feel what I felt during that time, kay dili nila dala ako ang self adto na time, but I finished. I could have stopped, I could have quit, I could have kay save murag ko this would be my last. Ang ako na lang ginahunahon nito, okay, bahala lang unsay ako ang finish, basta ma-cross lang nako ang finish line and become an Olympian for the Filipino people, maskin pag this would be my last run, because ako naging gi-take risk. Ako nag-imagine akong self nga pwede ko mag-collapse. I could have died gyud kay ako ging gi-risk, sir. I have mo na to ako ang last na mga strategy nga to cross the finish line yun nga. Na-collapse na ko on my first 10K. I wouldn't collapse on my first Olympics. So, mao gid to'y drive na ko nag-finish adto. So, mao na niyang past murag decade of running. So, diri na ko bahalang mo retire ko after basta I've reached the Olympics. Kato gyud, sir.
So si MJ have actually mentioned about heartbreaks, disappointments, even pain.
Yes.
No? So ikaw, Matthew, how do you, because this is also for our audience, for them to get to have the mindset. So how do you deal with kanang disappointing days or kanang painful moments or heartbreaking moments? How do you get past those?
So basically, the latest heartbreak was before SEA Games when we had the qualifying. They told us like they would remove a few athletes to bring to Thailand, and then I heard that my name was on the bottom list, and it felt heavy. It felt disappointing that working so hard just to see or like hear your name on the bottom of the list, and then it's just heartbreaking actually to like feel disappointed in that. But then Coach Andoy still told me, yeah, you still have a few more days to bawi. So I just started thinking SEA Games, SEA Games, SEA Games, SEA Games. So I just wanted to push. I just wanted to know what I can do. If I can't qualify, then that's it for me. If I can't do it, then that's it for me. But then at least I tried. I pushed. So what's on my mind that time was the sacrifices behind all the hard work that I did. It wasn't just me. It was my coaches, my friends, especially my family. I sacrificed also for my studies. I was absent for like a few days, few weeks actually. So I was thinking it would be disappointed to to sacrifice all that and then not get there. So I just pushed myself to do more than the other guys, to push more than them. And fortunately, I was able to qualify when we had the final meeting for the discussion. I was so happy that my name was on the list. And I just started to thank myself for not giving up, because actually things happen differently, but what you can do or what you can control is how you perceive it, how you react. So when things are down, I always look on the brighter side. I always look on the people behind me, pushing me to be more. And I'm very grateful for them, because it's not just a village right now. It's actually different cities who are supporting me, sponsors from Manila, friends from all over the world, my family, my parents from the US. They sacrificed a lot. And then basically that's my motivation to just push more. I just think about the sacrifices that other people did to help me get there. And when you start doing things not just for yourself but for other people, you'll reach greater heights.
So it's not the situation, but your reaction
Yeah.
to the situation that would set the final
Yeah.
difference, no? Whatever that reaction is. Sige, there's a question actually earlier from the audience.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to ask, her name is actually Cristel. She wanted to ask, what are the rituals or preparations or the things that you tell yourself every time you are in the starting line?
Eyes on the goal, di
Oh,
ba?
yeah.
Mom,
It's on the
yeah.
go.
You
Yeah.
won't join the race without anything or reason why you're joining it. You don't have a goal. So, focus on the goal. Pero, nalang ko'y tip siguro sa uban, no? Because makita nila nga, every competition that I join, ga-compete jud ko, like giving my 100% every time, no? No, may, every time I join a run, sometimes mananghid pag ko na ni coach kay there's time gid when you're student manggod sometimes challenging gid financially, no, so coach, can I join this run because I know kaya na ko ni daogon because anana kay makaya na magid nimo sa imong self, no nya. As much as my coach wanted to limit my kanang mga commercial races, nagi times nga mohangyo gid ko niya to run this, but moana na siya, okay, you can join but you have to do your training a day before, or kanang nagi times nga buhaton na mo ang training program nako during the run. So nagi times nga if kanira ako ang target time, you really have to focus on just having that kay kung every competition or commercial races nga kung apilan ga 100% ko pirmi, the recovery would take long. Long distance running would give you time to really replenish everything that you give ba. So kinahanglan you have in marathon. What also helped me is how to control yourself even though you're the fastest runner already, you know, kung tan-aw nimo mo ana gina si coach, kung tan-aw nimo layo na ang nagsunod nimo, ayaw na og exert og maayo sa imong pacing, focus on the training pacing because madugay na noon ta og recover. So ang resulta ana, it will compensate some of our trainings, and yeah,
And it's not necessary.
and it's not necessary and it's not part of the plan. So mao na being an athlete also means you have to really learn how to control yourself kay kana bitaw sa starting line pa lang nato usay with the adrenaline nga push dayon, and then wa nimo gipaminaw imuhang uy wa pa man ko nakadagan ani na pace, so masayop na dayon. That's one thing that
Na-dispense na imong energy unnecessarily.
Yes. Mao na ako ang tip for some athletes or runners nga nagsugod karon no nga ngano man nga on a certain distance pagsugod pa lang kalit naman lang ko og stop mulakaw na dayon, and it an advice for you, kung wala pa ka nakatry ana na pacing during your training, never try it on the race. Sa starting line yun, labi na adrenaline, uy kusog kay siya ni dagan sad ka for the picture lang. And then there's a possibility gyud na na certain level ni hit na gani ka sa imong 100%, mulakaw gid ka because it will really take time for you to really recover. So lakaw ka, get your heart rate back, and then diha pa ka makasugod, pero guba na. Unless kung unsa imuhang at the starting line gyud 80% lang gyud na sa imuhang usual sa, you have to really, especially if wa ka warm up properly, kay karon gud ang mga runs karon daghan na kaayo sa starting line na nanatanan, so it won't give you time gyud to properly warmed up. So mo na gamito nato nga importante at the start of the run properly warmed up gid ka. If wa ka naka warm up, then control yourself gyud. So manage.
I can tell that you are very kanang strategic, no?
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah.
And on a corporate standpoint, kanang there's I think he's an author. He said kanang one of the 7 habits ba. You begin with the end in mind. So in your case, starting point, that's the goal.
Maunang grabe sa kuma disappoint if I won't get my goal. Kay sakto na akong strategy mo question na din ko asa ko nasayop like
Which brings me to the question for you, which is still from
The-
Christelle, no? She wanted to know, kanang, how do you deal with kanang disappointments, no? Kanang, you've already set your mind, no, nga, in this particular race, this is my goal or this is my time. And then, you did not achieve the target.
So basically for me, the goal is always just for myself. I don't if the other guys are running faster, my goal is to catch up to them, but if I can't, but I will try. My my goal always for the race is to push more, see what I can do, to try, won't be to not be afraid of trying things, but with risk assessment. So when I see the guys in front, I just tell myself that I wanna catch up to them. I wanna be more. I wanna catch up. I wanna speed up more and get to the front. But then I would also think that if I can't like push it that much, and then I would just um, disappoint my country and not finish. I would rather just maintain my pace and then just focus on the people be supporting me. If I can't catch up to the front, it's just at least I tried. That's the point. If I get disappointed at myself for not catching the front, I just tell myself that I did it for me anyways. I'm not doing it for the pictures, the social media. I'm doing it for myself. So at the end of the day, I'm happy because of me, and that's all.
Yeah. By the way, Crystal, what was that again? Okay. Sige, Murag, I think because we're this is really a very good conversation and we're kinang running out of time, but I think it's also a good question for both of you to answer, no? Kay you're very successful, you have a very successful career, and you also have a personal life, no, to manage. So how do you balance both? We'll start with you, Matthew.
Oh, okay. So, I'm starting first.
Sige.
So basically, I balance everything out. Well, I don't usually plan. That's the thing. Because, like, I'm not that strategic, sorry.
no bata pa man siya. Sige,
Yeah,
go.
sorry. I just balance school and training and the time for my family. Like, I sacrificed some when my family wants to go outing, but then I have training. I tell them like, I'm sorry, I can't. I have to do this. But then, when school starts to like cramp up, I tell my coach, this ako mo training because I have projects due, I have an exam, this and that, I have enrollment. So there's basically like proper time management, but then you really have to do sacrifices at the same time. Because if you can't do it, then focus on the like manage your priorities properly. Because it's very different when you're doing everything at once. I don't have four hands to deal with everything. I'm a human being too. I sacrifice. If I can't do that, at least I can do this, and then I'll do that later, something like that.
So you manage your time, you set the boundaries, and you say no when you have to say no, and
Yeah.
say yes when you have to say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for MJ,
Yeah, that's good thing for Math no nga he's really enjoying being an athlete at the same time family time gyud. So kung ako lang i-share ang ako ang how do I balance kay being an Olympian gyud, it really takes muhurot gyud sa imong time actually. But ang ako yung gi-set in mind na I have to give back everything good. Like the opportunity that was given to me by the school, I really have to give back pod. So I have to represent the school well by being puragwa nila gikalas ang ilang paghatag na kog scholarship. I have to balance studies and at the same time ako ang training, no. So that's the reason why I gi-offeran ko to finish another the master's
Degree.
the masteral, no? Kay meaning good ko in school, at the same time good ko in my academics. So have to really give back. And at the same time, actually sir, when during pandemic, nag-enroll po ko DPA. So I'm a doctorate in public administration now. And yes, lahi ako ang pag-manage sa time during my athletic koan, unsa ni ako ang elite athlete before, and now being a koan working mom. So working mom, yeah, I'm the current officer in charge in Mandawi City Sports Office, so public service actually. So my training now is more on intentional and more on realistic. I don't train like before katong I was 20s pa. Karon more on kuan na gid siya, what works on my current lifestyle, balancing work, motherhood, and at the same time nagyapon akong running. So dili na gyud ko pareha sa una nga wala pa gyud koy kuan kahadlok nga unsa ni dugay mo uli karon. More on nanakoy time for my family gyud. Yeah. Time for work, and at the same time akong responsibilities as a mother and a public servant, so naagyapon na.
Sige, so I'm down to my last question, one each for both of you. So for Matt, what's next for you? What's your next goal this time?
So basically, we have two major games. This coming April, we have Asian Beach Games. I would very much be happy to try and qualify for that one. And then we have Asian Games on August. So it's a very busy schedule. But before that, I also have this one in March, championships in Hong Kong, I think. Yeah.
Hong Kong daw, Cristel.
Yeah, so
Just in case you want to watch. Sige, continue.
so just basically, that's it for me right now. But then, if there are more races, I would really love to join, especially local races here in Cebu. I would very much love to race in my hometown because there's very few races for multi-sport here in the city, actually. So yes, that's all.
For MJ, you're the first Filipina marathon Olympian, diba? Aside from that, how do you want to be remembered? Giunanti ka.
Murag ka na ba? Gamay na kayo. Answer na ko, sir. Sure. How do I want to be remembered? Siguro the services or the values that I've shared, or unsa si Mary Joy after becoming an Olympian gyud. So it's more mo nang diligid ko kalimot karon nga if there would be an invitations to share my journey, I would be very happy to share to everybody kay it's not just I don't want to be remembered by the accomplishments that I had, the medals, the trophies, the records, tanan na mawala, and then naman sa gida siya sa Google, joke lang kita.
That's the advantage of the internet.
Yeah, advantage of the internet, but it's more on kinsa gid ko. So how do I start? How did I become an Olympian? My journey, how did I overcome everything ba, and how do I pay back? So that's why dool gyud kay na nako ang grassroots program, no. So I launched the grassroots sports development program in Mandawi last 2024. So mao na ako ang kanang after the Olympics or after being an athlete, it does not end there. So ang ako karon, it's more on nakamas daghan pa ko nabuhat na. It's more on making programs, sports programs and policies in the LGU in Mandawi, and at the same time giving opportunities to the athletes. Kay karon with the partnership that I had, like being kanang kuan ko as an ambassador of a certain event, mukuan jud ko na nakoy mga nasag ko i-deal nila ba. So can I bring in some of my athletes? So happy to share that a 10-year-old runner from our grassroots sports program in Mandawi will be running with me in Taiwan this October. So that would be part of me and in my program gyud is to expose and let these grassroots runners experience, give them opportunity to explore, experience, and learn some cultures from different country ba. So murag tool ra ko nga even though I'm no longer compete as competitive as before, but lahi naman akong lane karon. It's more on guiding and helping these athletes dream nga their dreams are valid. They too can achieve this and that. So would always say, sus, ako 4'11" in height, I was in the Olympics. How was I able to achieve that? So with the support that you have now, take advantage, ipang-grab gid na ng mga opportunities. And one thing that I could share, kung kaya, never say never gyud. Ayaw gyud sigig ingon og no. Kung na opportunity, say yes. And then unya na problemahon how to achieve, how to accomplish that. So kung naihatag sa imuha, okay, yes. Pwede ka mura na ni, sige, yes, sige. Later na lang siguro kung digid kaya, maybe they would understand. But kung there's an opportunity, say yes, good. Grab it kay not all opportunities will be given to you. And yes, nawala na ko sa ako ang question na how to be remembered kana. Mary Joy, it's more on kanang sharing your joy in running. Run with joy, always there's a joy in running, joy in sports, train with joy. So importante you get to enjoy your training kay mawala man sa gyud atong purpose no sa running. Di magi ka magdugay kung if you're not enjoying it, if you're just kanang na-push lang ka because your parents or your coach want you to do this. It would be better if you do it as a team. You also get to enjoy it, you love it, you're doing it because you're doing it as a team and you're doing it for the country. So, kana lang, mas daghan ko ma-inspire siguro to become the next Olympian, to become the next Mary Joy in running. So, actually, daghan na tag mga potential runners ron. The shoes are improving. The nutritions are there. You get all the support. So, yeah. So, good luck and yeah. I'll see you on the road gihapon.
So I think this is the best way to end the show because there is Matthew in running and there's also joy in running.
Yeah.
And then for Matthew in running, because of where you are in the lane, so you are still on the stage of dreaming more,
And pushing.
being more, and becoming more.
Yeah.
And for Joy, where she is in the lane,
Yeah.
she's already on the paying it forward.
Yes.
So there's Matthew in running and
the
Joy
joy in running.
in running. So that brings us to the end of today's Beyond the Headlines. Thank you, MJ and Matthew, for sharing your stories of grit, sacrifice, resilience, and unwavering dedication to excellence, Cebu and the country. So their journeys remind us that every victory represents more than a medal or a podium finish. It represents years of hard work, perseverance, and a heart for Cebu and the nation. I'm DJ Moises, and before the request of Cristel to have a group hug after the show, for our viewers, stay inspired, continue supporting our athletes, and good afternoon.